Is this thing on? Hey guys, this is my first YouTube video. No. Hi guys, I'm Cruz Rendon, and this is my first YouTube video. Today I want to tell you the story on how I became best friends with Troye Sivan. It involves some stalking, some getting ran over by a car, skipping lines, just a lot of crazy stuff that I think you really want to hear. So, I was supposed to go to this concert with somebody. I had bought both of us tickets, and the person I was going with ended up not being able to go, so I sold both of our tickets. Later on, I realized that I really wanted to go to this concert. I went back on StubHub. I mean, there were tickets available, but I didn't want to pay $200 for this concert. So I looked everywhere. I looked on Twitter, I looked on Instagram, I looked on Facebook, and I looked everywhere. I looked on Twitter, I looked on Instagram, I looked on Facebook, trying to find somebody who would sell them to me. On Facebook, I found a guy named Connor who was selling one ticket. The day of the show, which was March 16th comes along. I go to the House of Blues in Dallas around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And the line is already too long for my taste. The door opens around 6:30 and I'm too far back. These two girls get in line behind me. Shout out to Candy and Abby. I heard them talking about skipping the line or something, and I asked them, what are you talking about? I want to know, let me in on this. Apparently, the House of Blues sells wristbands that let you skip the line for $25. Connor shows up later with my ticket, and he also buys a skip the line. And so when they opened the gates, Connor and I ran. We met this girl named Natalie. The opening act came on, and it was Shamir, and I've seen Shamir before. He opened for Marina and the Diamonds. He basically played the same songs that he played at the Marina concert. Troye comes on, and the crowd goes wild, and they're screaming, and he starts singing. He opens up with my favorite song, Bite. He has such a strong presence on stage. He doesn't need to run around or anything to get the attention. I went to the Halsey concert a week or two before the Marina concert. I feel like she wasted all her energy running back and forth and jumping up and down. She should have conserved that energy and put it into her voice, because I could hardly hear her. And when I did hear her, it was her chanting the words. She wasn't even singing them. I mostly heard the audience singing and screaming the words. Troye didn't have this problem. He could just stand in the center and do those subtle little dance moves that he does, and it would have been great, and it would have sounded amazing, and I could actually hear him. Some highlights of the show. A fan threw some bunny ears on stage and he put them on. He thought he looked really silly, so he ended up taking them off, sadly. He also had a pride flag up there that somebody threw, and he was waving it around. He picked up a Texas flag.
Is this a flag for Texas? It's not Texas!
And talked about how the Mexican food is really, really good here, and he can't get enough of it. I never took into account the song Heaven until the concert. Before he sang the song, he talked about how he wrote it during a time where he was confused and not comfortable with his own sexuality, and how his family isn't very religious, but they've always had that concept of heaven, and he just didn't want to disappoint his family, but also he didn't want to disappoint himself. Connor, Natalie, and I decided we needed to leave early so we could meet him by the tour bus. So we left 2 songs before the encore. What song was it? It was DKLA. We bought merch. I bought this shirt, which is a little outline of Troye. It has the name of the tour, Blue Neighbourhood Tour, on the back, as well as the dates. I also got this nice little hat. You see it says Blue Neighbourhood here. It's a nice little hat. I also got the physical copy of the deluxe version of his disc. Once we got all our stuff, we ran and booked it to the tour bus. We had to be the first people there. When we got there, there was already 3 people. He must have sang the last note and ran. We saw him run out the back door. There's maybe 10 of us there. And he ran out the back into this little tiny car behind the tour bus. And then he sped off.
Bye, Troye!
Love you!
I couldn't believe my eyes. I didn't know what to do. All his fans were yelling, and we were all confused. Like, why didn't he stop and say hi to us? So Connor and I kind of look at each other and we're like, okay, what do? We start walking towards the car, which is now at a red light. Everybody follows behind us, and none of us know what to do. Connor and I look at each other, and then we look at the car. And then we look at each other, and then we look at the car. And then this girl next to us is like, guys, don't do it. Like, he's gonna think we're crazy. He's gonna hate Dallas. He's gonna think his Dallas fans are crazy. And I look at her, and I'm like, honestly, I'm crazy. And I go after the car, and I'm videotaping this, and I'm like, Troy, roll down your window.
Can you roll down the window?
And he rolls down his window, and we talk for a little bit.
Let's try, just wanted to say hi.
And then I move to the side because at this point there's a line behind me trying to get to this car. And everybody else does their thing, and then I realize I didn't take a selfie with Troy. So when everybody gets out the way, I look at the car and the car is moving again, and I run at this point. Fortunately, it stops at another red light, but I have to cross one lane to get to him. So I run, and there's this car right behind me, like I was this close to getting ran over. But it doesn't matter, because I got to his car, and I took a selfie, and I looked like crap. But it was great, because I got a selfie with Troy. He didn't even roll down the window. The window stayed rolled up in the picture. But at the end of the day, I still got a selfie with Troy. And you know what a selfie means? A selfie means that we are best friends, right? Thanks for watching my first YouTube video. There might be some mistakes, some errors. Let me know what you guys think, what I should improve on. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I'm going to be doing music reviews soon, but let me know if there's anything interesting you want to see or hear about. If you want some advice, yeah, just let me know. Thanks for watching.